welcome back to my channel. So today I have done a reviewing video. So I have reviewed Jamie Genevieve's eyeshadow palette from her Vieve range, and yeah, I'm just going to do a little review of what I think, show you some swatches and just talk through the product really. So I ordered it on her website and it retails at £43, which I don't think is too bad, as some of Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are a similar price. And yeah, I was really intrigued to see how this product would look, because I know that she is a makeup artist herself. I know that she has worked on clients before, so I was really interested to see what she came up with, and I was not disappointed. The packaging is really nice, it's really sleek. It comes in this little sleeve and it's in this kind of faux leather packaging, and you get 10 shades which are like this. So you've got your basic whites, then you've got a more of a orange shade with a more of a mustard, and then a rosy peachy colour, then a chocolate colour, and then this is more of like a 85% chocolate, cocoa chocolate, and then you've got your black here. And you get 3 glittery shimmer shades as well, so more of a champagne shade, more of a rosy gold shade here, and then more of a dark shade here. I'm going to do a little swatch on my arm of each shade, so I'll start with this white here. So I mean, white is kind of speaks for itself, it is a white. I got a, here, clean my hand in between, and then I'll go to Ciao, which is a really beautiful orange shade. I think this would look really nice on blue eyes. And then the shade Buff, which is a really nice mustardy colour. And then the shade Cozy, which is the pinky peach shade. And then Delicious, which is that beautiful chocolate colour. Then Lava Rock. And then the shade Goodnight, which is this black, which it really looks like coal. And then I'm going to just take my watch off and do the 3 glitter shades. So I've got Glimmer, and then Chariot, is that right? And then Fear. Okay, so that is all of the colours. I'll insert a better clip of them. I'll take a photo. I'll do that in a bit. But anyway, so I am really impressed with the colours. It comes with a really big mirror as well, which is really handy. And I watched her video that she did when she launched the product, and she said that the reason why it's in this kind of big box is because she likes the idea of being able to have it flat. So you can have it flat down, folded, and you can use the mirror like that. Which the only thing I would say is I'm the type of person to forget that there's eyeshadow on this side and just dunk that onto the side of the table. But if you're not somebody who would do that, then, you know, I think most people wouldn't. But yeah, the formulas of each of them are really creamy. They all blend together really well. Got it all over me. And I used on my eyes these shades. So I used Buff, Delicious, Lava Rock, Good Night, Thea, and So Shy, and a little bit of Glimmer. And I think that the palette, you can get a lot of different looks out of it. So you could have more of a day look with more of the pink tone of the shade Cozy, this one here. And you could also then go into more of an evening look by adding in some of the shade Delicious or Lava Rock, and then a little bit of Good Night. So I'll be definitely doing some more tutorials and looks using this palette. And yeah, I'm really impressed. I think that if you are looking for a good quality investment piece of a eyeshadow, it's definitely something to consider. I think that it's probably my new favourite eyeshadow palette, and I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes as well. So yeah, and it's something that I would really think that I would suggest to my friends to get, or I would say, you know, if they were looking for an eyeshadow palette to use, I'd say, why have you not tried this? You know, go get one. So yeah, overall I'm very impressed with the product, and yeah, I think that it's really come out a really pretty eye look. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, don't forget to keep watching. So I have just watched Jamie's tutorial, the one that she did of introducing her brand, and she has got her base on, so I'm quickly going to do that. So I have got my moisturiser on, and I'm going to just go in and prime my face using my Hula Hendrickson Banana Bright Face Primer, and just apply that onto my skin. I'm going to do this really quickly because this video is not really about the skin. For foundation, I'm going in with my Misguided foundation in the shade 10, this one, and I'm just going to buff that all over my skin with my flat brush. A few layers of this because I want it to be quite a full coverage look. Also, how cute is my little headband that I have. Got this today from TK Maxx. Probably going to get orange in the next few weeks. So just building up this product. So as it's been a bit sunnier here in the UK recently, my freckles have really come out, making it more of a challenge to cover them when I'm wanting a full coverage look. But in summer I don't really wear full coverage makeup, so this is a once off. Okay, and then I'm going to use my sponge just to kind of dab that in. Taking my sponge. So I am going to be doing a video on Sunday, which is going to be it's going to be like a first impression. So I've been recommended a different fake tan, so I'm going to be doing a review on that one. So if you want to see which fake tan it is and what I think of it, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and have your notification bell switched on, because I'll be uploading that on Sunday. And I'm just going to go in with my concealer just to conceal my skin. I'm very blue at the moment. I don't know why. My skin seems to be quite a blue tone at the moment. I'm not sure entirely why. I don't know if it's because I'm not very tanned or what, but I'm quite blue. And then I'm going to go in with the Bella Perez cream contour. So I'm taking the darker shade and just warming my face. Oh my god, I haven't even blended my nose in. And for nose contour, I'm taking my Misguided one, as always, because I find that I can get a good angle on this. Okay, right, that's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm not gonna set anything in case there's any fallout or anything, and yeah, so I'll zoom into my eyes and let's get into it. I'm gonna first go into the shade Buff, which is this shade, oh gosh, that shade here, and I'm just gonna blend it into my crease. So that is a very pigmented colour and there isn't any fallout. I'm not sure how I've got colour here. So I've watched Jamie for quite a while now. I watched her when she just started, when she lived in her old flat in her house, and I really like her because she is, well, she used to be a professional makeup artist, which I really like watching because I take a lot of tips from her, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to purchase the palette, because I knew that it would be a really good palette because she used to be a makeup artist and kind of knows things that needs to be in a palette and how they should perform. So I'm just kind of taking it out a little bit. I mean, even on its own, this shade is a really pretty colour. It's not too overpowering. I'm going to take a clean brush just to blend the edges. Okay, and then into the shade Delicious, which is this chocolate brown here, and I'm just going to apply that with a smaller brush and just pack that onto the outer section, so just onto here. They're very pigmented colours, which I really like. Just blending that into the socket. Find as well, looking down really helps to kind of let you sculpt into the brow. I'm just taking a brush to blend them all together. Wow. So I'm going to go into the shade Goodnight, which is this black here, and I'm going to do a wing liner with this. So I'm going to take my eyeliner brush, this little Morphe one, and I'm just going to dip it in and just kind of really roughly draw a wing. And kind of blend it in. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to use is Thea, which is this shimmery shade here. It is the darkest glitter out of them all. So there's this one here, which is more of like a champagne colour, and this one which is more of a rose gold tinge to it, if it will focus. Like a rose gold, and this is more of like a classic gold shade, so I'm going to use that. And when I was watching the video, she did actually wet these before using them, so I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to take my Super Fix and just spray it a little bit, and then just apply on top of my eyelids. So it definitely is more of like a buildable consistency, which I really like. I don't like it when shimmers look really artificial and a bit like packed on, whereas these you can kind of make it look a little bit more messy and it will still look messy and nice, if you know what I mean. Just take a little bit on a brush, so without any product on, and then just blend. So there's a little bit of fallout with these, but I think with any shimmer that you use, there's always going to be a bit of fallout because it's glitter at the end of the day. So that's all I'm going to do with that for the moment. I'm going to quickly sort out my under eyes. So going to take a fluffy brush that has nothing really on it and just kind of sweep away, and then take my concealer and just kind of conceal it a little bit underneath. So just a little bit here. Okay, so that is the eyes for now. I'm just going to use a little bit of my soap brow just to brush my brows up. I really like the mirror on it as well. It's really big. So just brushing. So I'm going to now finish the rest of my face. So to set my under eyes, I'm going in with my Match Perfection and just taking it on this little angled sponge, and I'm gonna let that set under there for a few moments. I'm gonna also take it onto all the other areas where I get quite oily, so around here and a bit on the forehead, and then I'm gonna take some down the centre of my nose. Like that, and then I'm going to do my bronzer. For my bronzer I'm using my Instant Vacay from Missguided, and I just swirl them together and just buff it onto my skin. And then I'm going to take a fan brush like this and just sweep it under here and anywhere else that I had any powder. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this to do my nose contour. So taking the Missguided again, taking the lighter shade and just running it down my nose from my brows into there. So as I was saying earlier, because it is quite a dark eye look, I want my under eyes to be quite bright, so I'm just taking a brightening powder from Profusion, the conceal and contour powder, and taking the shade Light Highlight and just taking it underneath my eyes and up towards my temples, just to kind of really brighten under there. And then taking a little bit underneath where I bronzed up And then down my nose and a little bit on the forehead. And across the brows. Okay, and then I am going to go in and do a bit more contouring. So I'm taking my Bare Minerals contour palette and I'm taking the shade One Shade, and just going to apply that into the hollows of my cheeks. Just to kind of contour a little bit more. A little bit on the end of the nose. Okay, so I'm just going to add a bit of blush and then we're back onto... So the blush of choice is the Misguided Don't Stop I'm Blushing in the shade About Last Night, and I'm just going to apply a small amount onto the apples and highest points of my cheeks. And a tiny bit on my nose, just to bring it all together. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. Okay, so we're back onto the eyes, and I'm first going to start off by taking my guided eyeliner and running that through my top and bottom lash line. So you can see the difference between that one and that one. Then I am going to take it into my waterline. I think I might just quickly sharpen it though because it's a little bit blunt. So just taking it into my inner corner. And I am running it along my lower lash line as well. Okay, so back onto the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go into the shade Buff again, which is what I used for the first shade, and I'm just gonna take that on a small blending brush and just apply that onto my lower lash line. So taking it across here and then running that right up towards my temples. And again taking a clean brush. And then going in again with a smaller, more defined brush to the shade Delicious, and just taking a tiny bit really closely to the lash line. And again, just kind of like flicking it outwards. And then again, taking just a nice clean brush and just blending under the eyes. I find as well looking up really helps, especially when creating this kind of cat eye effect, because the whole point of it is to lift your eye up, whereas if you are looking down, you're not lifting it up, you're kind of dragging it downwards. Okay, and then I'm going in with a really tiny brush into the shade Goodnight, which is the black, and I'm taking that really closely to my lash line. So again, looking up and just running it closely to the lash line, just to kind of create a bit more of a smoky effect. Okay, so now I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to go into the shade So Shy, which is this white here, and I'm just going to really closely and gently add a little bit into the inner corner here, just to kind of brighten up this area. And then I'm going to go into the shade Glimmer, which is that champagne shade I was showing you at the start. And I'm just going to apply that into the inner corner as well. Okay, and I'm now going to curl my eyelashes. I really like the palette because well, obviously for a lot of reasons, but I like that you can hold the mirror like that and use it as a big mirror. And then going in with my NARS Climax mascara. I went out specifically to buy some eyelashes for this look. So these Pinky Goats in the type Dew. So I'll pop these on. So I'll put these on and I'll be right back. So transition. So this is the eyes. I'm just gonna pop on a quick lip. So zoom out. These eyelashes are quite overpowering, however, so I'm going in with this sleek locked up No Words lip liner and just lining and then I'm going to go in with my Misguided Matte Stick Liquid Lip in the shade What Went Down. Ew. And then I'm also going in with a Revolution Revoluholic Lips, which this eyeshadow lip liner lip thing, and just I'm gonna set my face, and then I'm going to use some highlighter. So for my highlighter I'm actually going to use one of the shades from the palette. I'm going to use the shade Glimmer and just apply it onto my cheeks. So take this off. So this is the finished makeup look. I'm going to do a bit at the front of this video where I'm going to talk about the products and what I think of them. So yeah, I really am impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I think it's one of my new favourites. I really like using it, and I think that as well that you can get a lot of different looks from it, more of a natural look from it and more of a evening look from it, and yeah, I think it's really nice. So I'm going to do my talky bit at the front. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on Sunday, where I'll be doing my new fake tan review. So if that's something you want to see, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. But until then, I'll see you soon. Bye!